I have trust issues. I don't believe that people will actually stay in my life. Why did that happen? Let's talk about it. Throughout my life, I've made a lot of friends, dozens and dozens of people who I would consider to have been good friends to best friends. However, almost every single one of those people are no longer in my life for one reason or another. It all started back in elementary school with a guy named Raymond. He and I had been best friends for 2 or 3 years, but he had this really bad habit of hitting me a lot. And I got kind of sick of it about 3 years into our friendship, and I told him, if you keep doing this, I am not going to talk to you anymore. He promised me he wouldn't, and then the very next day, wouldn't you know it, he kept hitting me. And this isn't like the playful, like, boys hitting boys thing. Like, I was getting bruises throughout my body. Like, he wasn't chilling out. He had problems or whatever. So I talked to some of my other friends, and they convinced me to stop talking to him. And that was kind of the start of me learning the value of dropping people out of my life who cause harm to me. I go throughout middle school with a solid youth group family. I call them family because that's how close I really believe that we were. And I made some mistakes in a relationship within that youth group that led to me no longer being welcome there. And I lost in one day a dozen and a half to 2 dozen friends who I had known for an entire lifetime. And that was really hard. And I was really lost for a while after that. But thankfully I had a friend named Danny who invited me to his youth group at the church that was connected to the Catholic school that I was going to. So I went there and I made like 2 to 3 dozen friends throughout that. I mean like actual like real friends, people I genuinely cared about. And then junior year of high school, I made a mistake because of a relationship in youth group. And it led to me losing all of those friends within one day. Throughout high school, I had 3 or 4 different friend groups, and there's going to be a pattern here if you can't tell, where I date a girl, I inherit all of her friends, things go great, the relationship ends, I lose all of those friends. So I genuinely have gone through probably close to 100 friends throughout my life, where they came in, we're all really close, we all really cared about each other, and then for one reason or another, the friendship stops. Now, I'm to blame for some of it, for other times I'm not to blame. And what it really comes down to is understanding that people in your life are temporary. I think a friend breakup can almost hurt more than a relationship breakup depending on what type of friendship. Like, for example, I have a best friend. Her name is Katie. I've cared about this person since my freshman year of high school in 2013, okay? If she were to stop talking to me, that would be, I think, as devastating as if my girlfriend broke up with me. I think that they would be pretty equal horrific experiences for me. I do have friends in life still. I've had work friends that I've lost, but I do have some that I've like tried to maintain throughout the years. But what's disappointing is that even if you do maintain those friendships, it feels like the older that we get, the harder it is to keep up with those people. You know, everyone has like their own lives, their own focuses, their own goals. And I find it really difficult to keep people in my life for the long term. I really value long-term commitments in any kind of relationship, whether it's friendship, family, relationship, whatever. So usually the people who I consider to be the closest to me are the people that have been around the longest, because if you can be consistently there for me, you've proven that I can trust you. Because I've had people that haven't lasted longer than 2 or 3 years. So people like Katie, who have lasted for like 8 years, matter a lot to me. Friend breakups are hard. I don't think there's a whole lot of talk and discussion about it either. I think that people usually focus more on the relationship breakup aspects and they don't really understand how traumatizing it can be to lose friends like that over and over again. So it's why I don't let people in as easily as I used to whenever I was a kid, because I've grown calluses throughout the years knowing that people are just going to leave eventually. If there's a moral to the story, it's to appreciate the people that you have in your life while you have them. Love them with everything that you have. And understand that at some point, they're either going to move state, you guys are going to grow apart as far as interests go, or they're going to die. And no matter what, people will eventually leave. So although it's going to hurt, you should enjoy them while you have, and not be a cynic like I was at one point, where you choose not to have friends because you're afraid of losing them. Instead, you should enjoy them while you have them, and then move on once they leave. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and do not forget, keep it casual.